Hey, DeAndre, I know the game probably dictated that you guys weren't going to be able to run the ball as much towards the end of the game, but how good did you feel when things were going well with the running game?
Like you said, like the game kind of dictated the play calling. Later in the game, early on, I felt like it was going to be one of those games where as though we kind of was going to be really efficient running the ball early on. The game kind of got out of hand, so kind of had to dictate play calling at that point.
Do you think you're running with more, for lack of a better term, intention in terms of just hitting the holes harder this year, or are you doing what you've always done?
Feel like I'm doing what I've always done.
Pat Finley.
DeAndre, just kind of a general question here. What do you guys think you need to do offensively to get unlocked here a little bit?
And just play clean, man. Like there will be flashes like early on in that game, they go down and score, we respond right away. Those are the type of things that if we want to be the type of team that we know we can be, we we got to do that each and every drive. We can't shoot ourselves in the foot. Offensively, going against a team like that, if it's a shootout, we need to be right with that, shooting out on offense as well. So the penalties and things like that, that got to kind of stop. And it's everybody, it's a collective effort.
Dan Reeder.
DeAndre, 2 straight weeks that you guys have taken the opening possession right down the field for a touchdown. What's been
Dan, you're
the
breaking up.
secret sauce to getting the last 2 weeks?
Okay, you kind of
Can you hear me now?
yeah. Can you repeat the question one more time?
Yeah, I said 2 straight weeks that you guys have taken the opening possession down for a touchdown. What's been the secret sauce for you guys of getting off to a good start in both of those games?
I mean, that's the encouraging part. That's good to see. But like we got to sustain that throughout 4 quarters. You can't just be the first drive and then we stall out for however many after that. We got to kind of build off of that momentum and just every possession after that kind of just keep rolling, keep rolling. And that just comes with playing clean football, like I keep saying. But like I said, it ain't just one person. It's 11 people out there on that field. So 11 people got a job to, do.
Why do you think it has been clean on the opening drive for the first 2 weeks?
Just executing. That's really what it comes down to. We've been doing a good job of that, especially like last week when they go down and score, we respond right away. That's the type of things you want to see as an offense. We got to play complementary football all three phases, and I feel like when we do that, hopefully coming up this week, 'cause I feel like we got to. We can't keep saying the same thing week in and week out. And it starts with the practice. When we come back on Wednesday, just everybody having the right mentality, which I know this group will have.
DeAndre, I know Rome plays a different possession, but what have you seen out of him in his second season that encourages you? Obviously, a nice game yesterday.
Yeah, a big jump. You can tell he's playing with a lot of confidence, just playing fast, knows his assignments. Type of guy you want on your offense, a playmaker, as well as everybody else in that room.
Phil Thompson.
Yeah, so can you tell me what players say to each other to kind of buck each other up? Offense talking to defense, defense talking to offense, or is it kind of an individual reckoning on, how to get this season on the right track?
You said to bug each other up. What does that mean?
Yeah, that means boost each other up.
We all grown men. I don't feel like anybody needs a pep talk or anything like that. We just got to play cleaner football all three phases and kind of build off momentum off of each other. It's gonna whoever we playing it, they're in the NFL as well, so we understand there's going to be adversity throughout the games, but just staying together. And if one phase is lagging at some particular point, the other phase has got to pick them up and just kind of keep playing off of each other. If that answers your question.
Yeah.
Herb Howard.
Dre, is it frustrating for you at all as a running back when you guys get in, a two down situation with 1 yard to go and the play call, which obviously don't have nothing to do with you, comes in as back to back sneaks?
No, them calling that, then we gotta execute. I don't really look at it like nothing other than that. We call them QB sneaks, we gotta execute, and when you calling that, we're supposed to get the first down, and then other opportunities will come after that. But nah, it is what it is. You call it, we gotta execute it.
Dan Reeder.
DeAndre, after a game like Sundays, what's the response you want to see when you guys get back out to practice Wednesday through Friday?
Just execute, go back to work, man. That's what we have to do. Ain't nobody walking around with their head down or anything like that. I know we got a group of guys that's gonna come in each and every week, going to war for each other. And there's been adversity throughout these first 2 weeks early on. I guess that's what comes with it. Know what I mean? So we'll find out what type of team we exactly are real soon.
What do you want from your head coach? What do you want from Ben this week to help set that tone?
He's been doing everything. There's nothing more he can do or he can say. We need to follow his lead and as players, go out there and execute and play clean ball. We haven't played a complete game yet, so I would love to see what that looked like.
Pat Finley.
I was going to ask, what's Ben's tone been since the game ended?
I mean, it's been good. He lets us know time and time and that the coaches believe in us, and there will be no quit on coaches, players, anything like that. We're gonna be just fine. And that's what he's preaching to us, and we know that. But we got to have a sense of urgency with how we approach each and every day. Like I said, and that's with everybody.
Hey Grady, how are you?
So, Kevin.
When you went back and watched the tape today and you guys looked at the pass rush, what were some of the things that stood out as kind of what you need to do going into next week to get that better, get back to quarterback?
Yeah, for sure, man. I think converting to the pass quicker, like on the play action passes. A lot of if you guys watched a lot of deep development routes was like some like run action to pass late, and we was as a group a little sticky on blocks and just sitting back a little too long before we converted, and maybe should take a couple shots, a little earlier to try to get through the gap so we can get to the quarterback. And as far as like third down rushes, there were some. Like I had a couple hits in the game, but I mean it was a little too late to where they threw it up and then they made some good catches. So I mean there were definitely some ops, but I think in this game the biggest thing was our conversion from playing a run to pass. So they did a good job scheming that up, and we just got to be better at that for sure.
On the touchdown to Jamison, the long one, it looked like you were really close, got through a double team to
Yeah.
Jared. When you watched that, I mean, did you feel that too, that you were just a tick too?
Yeah. I mean, it was a couple. That one, the one-handed one on the sideline, I was there hitting him. It was another one where I came around on the stunt and hit him, and it was like just, I mean, that much, quick time, and so it was just working out in their favor. But we're not gonna lose confidence or anything. We just got to keep hunting and find out how we can be that split second faster.
Phil Thompson.
Yes, Grady, a couple questions for you. First, I want to know how's the knee holding up for you?
Nia's doing well. Nia's doing well. Obviously, when you're dealing with injuries during the season, sometimes it take a little the healing clock. You can't beat the healing clock, but you could do things. Treat, mitigate. But at the end of the day, when the game day come, I'll be ready to roll and get my best foot forward. So, not my first rodeo dealing with some in season mishaps, and just gotta do what I gotta do, and till I get all the way back 100.
Mark
Thank
Gurney.
you. The second part was, after a loss like this, 52 points, I just want to know what the mood is among the players, if there's any like anger, embarrassment, like demoralized, any emotions.
Definitely not a showing that we want, what we're proud of, man. That's just anytime, which is rarely, I don't, that's definitely not nothing you want to be a part of. But you got to take that and learn from it. I wouldn't say guys are demoralized, but definitely know that we could have done better. And there's something that we're going to use to push us forward, going as the season continue to go, and we're not going to let this moment define us, and we're going to use it as we're gonna find the positives in it and learn from the things that really got us to that point. And after reviewing the film, a lot of the things are fixable, if not everything is. And it's really not. It really wasn't that difficult to find out what the problem was. It's just got to execute better at a higher level, and we can fix it.
Mark Grady.
Great, as a follow-up to what you were just saying, how everything is fixable in that room. I don't know if you've ever been part of a defense that allowed 50 points, but is it more spirited in there? Are there more guys talking in a situation like that just because of how it all went down in Detroit?
Like post, as in like today, like post game review.
Yeah. While you guys are in there reviewing, I don't know what the format is, but
Okay.
is there more participation, I guess, is the question that I'm asking.
I guess participations, usually always, good or no point stuff like that. But there definitely is, conversations of, how we let this happen and what we got to do to get better. And that's the positive thing about it. It was not something that we're just sweeping over the rug. And so we're going to address that and the things is, but is that absolutely inexcusable, and it's not up to the standards of what this defense is going to be. And this will be a defining moment, and we gonna make sure it defines us in the right way by season's end, and we're gonna not let that happen again.
Pat Finley.
Hey, Grady, you've had Dennis Allen in your life one way or the other for a long time. What do you know about his history and about him as a man that leads you to think that he'll be able to get all of this figured out?
I mean, just what he stand for, man. How much he, well, first, love and work, the work that he put into, being a really, really good football coach. Live and breathe football, and he has high standards for what he expects for us as players, not only on the field, but how we go about our business daily, whether it's in the meeting room, in the weight room, and knowing what everybody got to do as a whole, and how it all works together is something that I've always been super, super impressed with him and every team that he's, coached and stuff like that. They always have played with a tenacious mindset. So we just got to get everybody to adopt that mindset and do what we need to do because, the standard has been set, and I really, really believe in what he's asking us to do and how he wants us to play the game.
Last question, Herb Howard.
Grady, in the first half of the game, both sides of the ball, y'all did some things to kind of make sure it didn't get out of control. The offense answered that initial drive. Y'all got a couple of stops, and then there was an opportunity at the end of the half to go 2-for-1 offense, get the ball back coming out of the second half. But that big drive that they had at the end of that first half,
Yeah.
when you go back and watch the tape, what kind of led to that? And then how big of an emotional letdown was that? Because it didn't seem like you all were able to kind of bounce back from that, especially with the controversial call at the end of it.
Yeah, man, it was really just one of those plays that just turned in their favor, man. Just to throw the ball up for a prayer. The guy catches it one-handed, gets a knee down, and was able to stop the clock when we thought the half was over. It was just the way the ball turned. The NFL, man. Sometimes people make NFL plays, and that's not to make an excuse for anything, but that one went in their favor, and I think so that was we expecting going in halftime 21-7 versus going in 28 21-14 versus 28-14. It changes things a little bit, knowing that we're gonna get the ball back, but we still had life. I think we should still come up with a stop there. It just was just something that just wasn't going our way that day, and but it definitely was disappointing, man. And I think there's a lot of lessons in it for so we can be better in it. And I think it's just the biggest lesson is just being resilient for however it go, and just be able to finish.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Grady.
Well, thank you.